Please don't die. I don't want to do this boss again.
For every success, there are many great failures. Hey, Cookies here. In this series, I make a fresh level 60 tank and work my way up the Mythic Plus ladder without the help of previous achievements or links to my main's Raider.io history. So let's go see what pugging as a tank is like in Mythic Plus and see how far we can get. For the first few episodes, they will likely be edited to cut down on the slow burn that is getting started in lower keys, but as we continue to progress and push ourselves through harder content, I plan to not cut any footage and just record and upload all the gameplay and discussion that happens along the way. Alright, we are back at it, queuing up for the +9 hauls that we have. I'm just going to pretty much take the first few people that applied, so we'll take the this warrior, this hunter, and we'll go ahead and take this is Venthyr. And then we'll just take the first healer that applies and go from there. Alright, here we go. +9 hauls. Gonna make sure I press my defensive early here. We're gonna CC this Houndmaster as we walk by. I just don't want to pull it in. A little scary. And then we'll just pull this stuff. Not going to worry about that other pack over there. I'm going to take my time. We'll start with the Celestial Brew. Pop our Ox. And then now we'll use Fortify Brew. And then as Fortify Brew expires, we will use Dampen Harm if we still need more defensives after that. I am going to aggro these Groundskeepers. I meant to hit them with my G-Burst that I just threw, but feared that I missed. Yeah, I'm just going to save my Dampen Harm. I definitely don't need it because the shard's already dead and everything. So we just finish off these guys. And then what we'll do here is I'll grab this right here and we'll interrupt this Obliterator. And then we'll run off this way with him. Into this pack. Hopefully he makes his way over here. He's going to probably start casting again. Okay, and then we'll grab this Houndmaster and the dogs. And then now I'll Dampen Harm. Group everything up a little bit right here. That was a really bad Ring of Peace. It got like stuck in the tree, but that's okay. It stopped the Houndmaster from jumping. And now here we're just using Celestial Brew again. Our stagger's getting pretty high. So I need to pick this guy and bring him in. I'm still spamming Purify. I'm gonna leg sweep here just to hit the Obliterator. All that really matters is just stopping the Obliterator cast. As long as we stop the Obliterator cast, I honestly can like outlive just about anything. And then we can just kind of kite here, run around a little bit. The Obliterator is what's dangerous right now still. We interrupt him, and then I should be able to get a Celestial Brew off before I die. That was a little bit rough. That's literally just a matter of the Obliterators not getting interrupted, so that's just something we have to be very mindful of. Is we either have to do all of the work in interrupting them, or that's what we should expect to have to do, or the other option is we need to just be very careful when we pull them and like utilize defensives and whatnot. The biggest thing right now is we don't have a Venthyr, I just realized, because we had a Venthyr Frost Mage in here, but he left because he went AFK while we were looking for a healer. So now we do not have a Venthyr. I would have went Venthyr if I would have thought about it, but I did not, so oh well, I guess. I don't have any defensives here, so I'm not going to go into the next pull. We're just going to take this slow and just pull this stuff. If I had defensives up, I would probably go into the next pull, or even pull all the way up to the shard. But we do not have anything, so I don't think it's worth trying. We just play it safe and slow here. Timing the dungeons is no issue. Like, there would be no question in my mind that we time dungeons. It's literally just a matter of surviving. So if we have to, we just take some things a little bit slower than normal. Press Dampen Harm here. We're going to kind of walk in here like this. And then I'll leg sweep just to reduce some of the incoming damage that's happening. I guess next time I leg sweep after my Dampen Harm expires, that would definitely be the ideal play. I use Paralysis there to interrupt the Collector. And I think that's one thing that's definitely worth mentioning as a Brewmaster Monk, is you have so much utility, so you really want to try to utilize it everywhere you can to control mobs by interrupting them, because you can essentially interrupt things with Ring of Peace, you can interrupt things with Leg Sweep, you can interrupt things with even like Clash, because it forces them to move to you. You can interrupt things with Paralysis, and then if you're a Pandaren monk, you can use Panda Punch. Like, there's just so many things that we can use in our toolkit to help disrupt enemies. So we want to try to be using all of that stuff as much as possible, because it will really help. So I think for this next pull, we're just going to run all the way back here and pull all this stuff in the corner. I do have to be aware that I think I already overpulled because we don't have a rogue, so we can't skip to the next boss. So we're going to have to actually pull stuff because I don't have an invis spot. Not sure if anybody else does. We need to get this Obliterator in, so I'm going to Ring of Peace him. And then I'll interrupt him to move him even a little bit closer. Just spamming Purifying Brew as much as I can. Really watching my HP here as my Fortify Brew runs out. Now I'm kind of just kiting until I can Celestial Brew, and there we go. Now I can Celestial Brew and walk back in. And then I do need to be careful still. We kick that Obliterator. I can drop my Ox. Definitely starting to feel the burn on this damage. I'm going to definitely need eye level before we increase the key level more than this. This is already getting pretty difficult. We need to run over here and kill the shard, actually. So what I'm going to do is CC the Soundmaster behind the gate, like so. And then we will pull this stuff, like so. Interrupt the Obliterator, even though it's a curse cast, that's still fine. Just to move him. Accidentally pulled the Stoneborn, that's fine. Finish off this Stoneborn. And as it's getting low, we'll start walking this way and kind of leashing it towards the next area that we're going to go to. And then we don't need the Groundskeepers, we're already way ahead in percent, so we literally just need the Obliterator, Collector, and Shard. Going to interrupt the Collector here, and then we'll go ahead and Leg Sweep. Looks like we got a stun at the same time, so that's kind of just unfortunate. I'll dampen harm here. Do help with the thrash damage on top of the different abilities from the other mobs. Maybe Paralysis to interrupt the Collect Sins again. And then I can Ring of Peace to interrupt both of those Wicked Bolts right there because I was pretty low HP. I didn't re-CC the Pat behind us. It's going to get pulled for sure. Yeah, that's unlucky. That was just my fault for not re-CCing it. I should have been mindful of that. My health is definitely in a bad state right now because these dogs. And we just pulled Groundskeepers. I'm just going to try to get aggro on everything, and then I'm going to throw Necrolord ability, and I'm literally going to kite. I'm going to put my teleport behind them so that when they chase after me right here, I can now teleport and then run back to the shard and make sure that the shard isn't running all over the place. And that way we kind of regroup things back up. And then here, if the dogs are still enraged, I can Ring of Peace, and then I kind of just taunt and hit the mobs that are not aggroed to me. Drop my Ox again, and now they're not enraged anymore, so we can walk back in. There we go, we recovered nicely. Way over on percentage, but that's alright. Just don't have an invis spot is all. So what we're going to do is pull the boss over this way, so that we don't have to pull this middle pack. Gonna let them know to watch out for the frontals, and then we're just gonna kind of walk in here, and I'm gonna taunt the boss so he immediately full sprints at me, and then we're just gonna put the frontals right here into the wall so that it's pretty hard for somebody to get hit by them. And I'm gonna wait till he does another slam. I'm gonna pop Celestial Brew and step in the previous puddle on the floor. This isn't a super ideal strategy for hierarchies, but for Keys up until, like, even in the 20 range, you can pretty much do this pretty safely, honestly. So, like, here again, I can dampen harm, step in the pool on the floor. It's definitely looking a bit dicey at the moment, just because of how much damage I'm taking. Just don't have the eye level for it, so now we can go ahead and move the boss away a little bit. We'll aim the next frontal, like, right here, so nobody gets hit by it. Oh, Warlock blinked into it. Now we're running away with the boss. And that way we are in a nice spot to dodge all these lines without any pools on the floor. I'm going to step away with my quaking so nobody panics. And we're just doing damage. We're going to have a frontal like right after this, so I'm going to try to stand. My chi burst just hit this. So unfortunate. That's okay. Just lost all my Celestial Brew stacks too. Put this slam right here. Fort Brew. Have another slam. It's gonna hurt really bad. I'm gonna heal myself right before the slam. I'm gonna start walking away with the boss. The people follow. Like the Warlock did not, unfortunately. I tried to move a little bit slowly, but I can only move so slow. I'm gonna have to bring the boss to the Warlock, or he's probably... Yeah, I guess he's just gonna die while he's feared here. I don't think there's a way he survives. Oh, he outranged it. Nice. Okay, well, we'll just have to walk back towards him, I think. Very, very awkward. I'm going to try to, like, kind of leash slowly so that everyone follows me. There we go. We dispelled him. Now we're all good. Touch of Death. Celestial Brew. I'm going to save my Ox since we're going into another pull right after this. So we don't have the ability to skip. And now we're just going to pull as little as possible. Which, if I remember from Season 1, you can definitely get away with pulling almost nothing except for this pack right here and the imps that run by. So we'll just grab these guys. I can't wait to do +10s, because then we can just get and not have to rely on invis, like hoping that people have invis bots and stuff. Oh, we did not interrupt that. That's not good. I'm going to be stunned this whole entire time. Unless I get dispelled. Pop Ox right away, pop Dampen, heal myself. With an Expel Harm. Expel Harm again. Bridge this buff off the Reaver. I will make sure to interrupt the next Reaver because I wasn't paying attention to it. Celestial Brew, just to help with my stagger that I have going. And now we should be able to pretty much skip everything. So now we just wait. And we have to wait till this slasher turns. Oh, it's gonna be so awkward. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Wait till this guy backs up or walks by. So we wait till this slasher walks by, and then I think we should have enough time to run up, but maybe not. Because these slashers, they change every 15 seconds. So means we will probably be out of time by the time we run up here. We'll see. We're going to walk up here now, and we got the pack in the middle. That's not good at all. And I hope that doesn't also... Yep, just what I worried about. Alright, well, this is going to probably be a wipe. But we will do our best to survive. I just have no cooldowns whatsoever. We'd probably die here. That was partially my fault. We just had a really bad pat. I should have just pulled one of the flashers. I'm going to kite as much as I can here. I don't think there's any way to survive with this much stagger, though. Warrior's getting aggro on everything. Powerful swipes. I'm going to leg sweep to try to still survive as much as I can. Put a Ring of Peace down, even though it doesn't stop everything. It still stops some of the mobs. Roll away, and now I get my Celestial Brew up, which gives me some recovery. A little too late to go into that Spirit Link, so I just need to run. I'm going to kite them over this way, and then when I need to, I will teleport. So right about now, I'll teleport away. I should have done it right before that slash, but I messed up my keybind. Now we dampen harm. I need to avoid those slashes. They hurt really bad. Just step out of range of them. It looks like we're okay, though. That was a interesting recovery, but we made use of our toolkit and survived. All right. Lust here. I'm going to let him know. And 3, 2, 1, go. Pop our Ox right away, do as much damage as we can to the boss. Main thing here is during the little intermissions where he summons all these small adds, we need to try to grab aggro on them, because they'll grab aggro on some of these range players, and especially the healer. And then if they're far away, we need to try to, like, bump them in together. We want them all to be as close as possible. So, like, even here, I can interrupt that one and then kind of walk in. And then that way, hopefully, we can hit almost all of them with the AoEs. There, we missed, but that's okay. Just make do with what we got. And then also, you should be using your defensives as the tank when the adds are alive. Like, when the boss spawns them, that is the best time to use your defensives, or shortly after. Celestial Brew we can kind of just use constantly. It's nice if it lines up with the adds, but if it doesn't, it's still good to just reduce overall damage. And then we can leg sweep these ones. And then I'm honestly just... I should have taken that out, because these adds aren't going to die in time anyways. And then here I pop Fort Brew, because I have the dot on me, and the adds are spawning, so this is where it gets pretty hectic. I'm going to Ring of Peace these towards me, and then I can interrupt this far one and taunt it in, so that they're all nice and grouped up. Celestial Brew again. And now we pull the boss away a little bit from the adds. I think that's what we're going to have to do in pug groups. That way people put the... Oh man, that's not good. Okay, this boss has to die. There's so many adds that are going to respawn. That is very, very not good. Interrupt this far one. To walk in the blood really quick. Now he's going to respawn all of these. And this is the part where we just have to kill the boss before he kills us. So we Touch of Death. I have Dampen Harm going. Paralysis one of the far ones. Just to interrupt them for a second. Even if they get broken out instantly, it still interrupts them. And boss dies right here. Yeah, that was pretty rough, but we did the best we could for controlling. Just going to tell them to come in with me because we're not going to do any crazy pull here. I'm just going to literally pull this stuff and not worry about it. CC the Gargan if I have my paralysis up, which I don't. It's up in 1 second, of course. Pop our Ox. Pop our Brew. I have Celestial Brew back up, so I can keep face tanking. Have to watch my bleed stacks here. Now they got enraged, so I'm going to walk away. I'm going to Ring of Peace in between both of us, and then I'll keep hitting them with like Keg Smashes and Breath of Fire while staying out of range. Here we go. Walking around the corner right here with all these mobs. Interrupt the Collect Sins. Leg Sweep. So that they're not casting stuff while we're dodging all these fire circles. Pop our Necrolord ability, Celestial Brew. And I will Paralysis that Collect Sins. Taking a fair bit of damage here, actually. And we'll regular kick that Celestial, or that, track of what I'm saying. That Collect Sins. Yeah, these Wicked Bolts just hurt really bad, honestly. Walk down the middle. I'll put a few markers down so that hopefully we don't aggro any of the Stoneborns. Cool, we're all good. Go ahead and pull boss. I'm gonna always tank the boss by one of these lanterns. Preferably an active lantern that's available, so that way if a melee gets targeted, they literally just stand here and don't have to move out in any way. They can just stay in melee. Celestial Brew here. This boss doesn't do too much damage, but we still just want to be in the habit of pressing Celestial Brew as much as possible. It's just an overall good button to press. If you are going to line it up with anything on this boss, if you're struggling on tanking this boss, it's best to use it when these adds are alive. So like right here would be a good time to pop Celestial Brew. Use Dampen Harm though. You want to interrupt all the volleys, so I'm going to mostly fixate my interrupts into that, but I should only be able to get every other one instead of every one. I don't remember though. Might be able to get every single one of them. There's another volley. We got that one. My Ox, and then once this hunter stuff is gone, we will move the boss to this lantern so that the melee won't have to move if they get targeted. I'll move a little bit closer to the lantern here. Interrupt that volley. See, like, this melee is really unaware, so if I bring the boss, like, right here, the ad will just go into the lantern. Some DPS will literally just ignore it and not realize that it's on them and stuff. So we just make do with what we got. Gonna be close, but it's definitely still 2 chestable. We're going to this next room and clean up as many of these ads as we can. Clean them all up. My job should mainly just be holding the manifestation of envies and interrupting a wicked bolt or 2. And then dragging the boss and the manifestations on top of a group of the tormented souls is usually how you're going to help your group do the most damage to them. That way you can contribute as well. And then I just need to make sure I'm picking up these manifestations when they are not fixated on people and can be aggroed. Like here, I'll kind of run around the room and just pick up the manifestations that are spawning. I'll pop Dampen Harm here because this is where it's going to get a little wild because there's going to be a lot of manifestations out. So I am probably going to take a sizable chunk of damage. We'll interrupt the boss again and bring him over here to the biggest pack. Mobs. I'm losing a lot of the manifestations because we're kind of just AoE cleaving them all. Because people should be focusing the souls, but now people are just hitting the manifestations instead of the souls. I'm going to try to help finish off the souls. Like the boss is pretty much going to do it for us. That's okay. And there's still a tormented soul up here, so I'm going to drag the boss up to it. Help do some damage to it. Try to get aggro on some of these manifestations. There we go, and then there's one more tormented soul, so I'll just run over and hit it. And there we go. We drag the boss up this way to get away from the stuff on the floor, but staying in the Kyrian ability for the hunter. Want to ruin his day. Now we still have 3.5 minutes to do the last boss, which is plenty of time. That should be more than 2 chestable. So. Just gonna tell the Shaman to lust when it's available, which is in a little over 2 minutes, so we may not even get it, depending on how long the boss takes, but that's okay. And 3, 2, 1, we go. Really just need to dodge the statues. Our statue is in melee. I'm gonna move out of the way. It doesn't do that much damage if people get hit at this key level. Statue's in range. We're actually on the opposite side of the boss, so we're safe. Now this boss, I need to track it. I'm supposed to have a weak aura that tracks it, but I'm not seeing it. But the debuff that the boss gives you, the Stigma of Pride, is like the main thing. You really want to be using defenses and tank cooldowns for every single one of them. And the trick behind it is that... Oh man, this is so bad. Pop dampen. We're just all moving. I think we're all trying to soak it differently. Very unfortunate. Very good Spirit Link by the healer. Good recovery. But the Stigma of Pride, it does more damage the longer it's on you. So like later into the duration, you're gonna see it keeps like stacking up in damage. So the longer it's on me, the more damage it starts doing. And it gets really painful towards the end. Like right here, I'm literally taking all my health and damage. I almost just died right there. So I think I need to try to save a Celestial Brew for every single one of those, or every other, and then use a defensive on the ones I don't have Celestial Brew for. Use my Ox here to heal through this one that we have right now. Then I'll use Celestial Brew, heal ourselves. I stand in the way of 2 statues. I'm just gonna stay still and let them recover this. Hopefully, 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 please. Damn. We do have a B-res if we hurry. We have to like really hurry though. B-res, 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 B-res. Nope, no B-res. He's just casting Chaos Bolts. Unlucky. It's my Ox. I'm saving my Celestial Brew for the first debuff that I get. Can also use Fleshcraft. I need to do that, so we'll just Fleshcraft right now as this starts. Yeah, Fleshcraft is huge. I need to use that more. Statues right on the boss. That was close. And I'll Celestial Brew here as we're getting close to the expiration of the debuff. And there we go. And I'm going to stand in the way of these back ones right here. We can soak 2 of them. Yeah, we are. Gonna dampen harm here just because of all that quaking. Kinda unfortunate. Needed to save my defensive, but that's okay. We have a Celestial Brew coming up for the next debuff, and then I also have like Zen Med and Fort Brew that I'll save. We'll wait till this debuff gets to about 8 seconds left on it, and then now we'll go ahead and Celestial Brew. Heal myself. We're gonna get 1 more debuff stack right before the intermission, I think. Nope, we skipped it. That's perfect. That's what you want. The worst thing is to get a debuff Stigma of Pride right as you go into this. Always feels very bad. Makes it very hard to help soak. Soak these 2. Come on, Shaman. Get that one. Somebody. There we go. And I'll Fort Brew. It looks like we are in the clear. I don't think there's any way we could wipe here unless people get bounced to like multiple statues at the same time. Or if I die to Stigma, I guess. But I have a Celestial Brew coming up, so we are all good. I'm going to save my Celestial Brew since we handled this one pretty easily. And the boss is dead, so I'm just going to use Celestial Brew now. And there we go. Now the worst part, we have Stigma of Pride and the keys over, so I'm going to start taking a bunch of damage. Oh, we got another DOS. Oh, hey, we got a trinket. Definitely not an ideal trinket, but we will definitely take it. It is just a solid stat stick either way. It's like a 20 agility increase, so I just take it, and we pretty much won't use it. I'll probably use it on certain pulls where we're just going to stand completely still, but let's see, so which one do we get rid of? This one gives crit on a chance, and this one just gives us a bleed. How much damage is that bleed doing? It's doing a good 3.4% of our damage. That's actually pretty significant. I'm actually genuinely surprised with that. That's some decent damage on that trinket. But I think it's more important for us to be tanky right now. So I'm just gonna put the trinket here. And then, yeah, there we go. Cool, easy hauls. And then we got a plus 10 DOS that we have to do now, so we're going back to DOS. Alright, we got consumables this time, and now we are ready for our first plus 10, which is the other side. Let's go. I think the game plan, we don't have a night phase, so I think the game plan just becomes take it very slow, and don't rely on the urns, obviously, for the masks and stuff. Which should be fine because it's a tyrannical key anyways, so I'm not concerned about it. It's just we can't do some of the stuff that we're used to doing. Just gonna tell them to kill Woe. And run down here. Our Ox right away, and our Celestial Brew. And I'll use a Fort Brew. I'm gonna save Dampen here. Use my trinket. have to be very careful by using this trinket because it's very bad. It gives you a lot of armor, so it's great for face tanking things, but the problem is that it kind of forces you to stay face tanking because it makes it very hard to kite when you have the trinket active. So there we go. Now we're just gonna go to Ardenweald. If we didn't lust there, I probably would have had us go to Hakar right away, but since we lusted, we're just gonna go straight to Ardenweald.
You always be soft, Bwonsamdi. Weak. Sooner or later you're gonna break. Then
He goes super fast with Tiger's Lust. Holy moly. That was so fast. Waiting for everybody else to get here. Make sure nobody dies in the gauntlet. And there we go. Just gonna grab these guys, bring them up here. Grab this stuff. Whoa, chill out, warrior. Warriors are crazy. They're bloodthirsty all the time. They just start going ham. They just blade storm and wind, whatever it's called. Can't think of words right now. Whirlwind. That's what it is. I think the inspired mob. Okay, this stuff's actually just blowing up. Never mind. I was gonna ring a piece and start kiting, but we're totally fine. Got this stuff here. Pull this back, and then we'll wait for the patrol to come by, and then we'll pull the patrol as well. There we go. We'll dampen harm here since we have it up still. Use my trinket as well. Taunt that bird back in. Oh, I did not mean to keg smash that. Now I missed my keg smash on everything. Okay. Oh, looks like we got some extras. That's okay. My ox. Touch of death, whatever I'm targeting. I don't even know what I'm targeting at the moment. There's still an inspired mob, so this actually doesn't help at all. Just gonna put down my transcendence in case I need to like teleport back to kite. Like we should be okay. I'll just pop a celestial brew. Technically could have saved that for the next pull, but I think it's fine using it here. And I'll grab some stuff here, and here, and here. And we'll run over here and grab these, and this, and that. And we'll kind of pull it all here. I'm not going to pull it to the urn since we don't get an urn. So I'm just going to drag it here. Ooh, very good healing. I have to kite here. A Ring of Peace, since there's no inspired. And then I'll keep keg smashing, kind of at range, to keep aggro on things. Taunt the things that are not aggro to me. We have a Celestial Brew up, so we use that. Use the Trinket again for the extra armor. This is where we have to be very careful, though. It's kind of a double-edged sword when we use the Trinket. And then now I'll go ahead and kite, since I'm starting to die. Purify some of my stagger off, and now all the mobs are dead. Now we are heading down. We have this mob right here, so I'm going to grab these invisible guys. I'm going to drag them over this way towards the next group of invisible guys. We have our Celestial Brew up, so we'll just pop that now to get it on cooldown. And I'm just going to literally keep walking this way until we have all of the bark binders. There's one more group of them. And I do need to be careful of my own HP here. I'm going to keg smash. I have no defensives after this dampen armor is off, but I'm about to have Fortify Brew up, so I'm just going to kite a tiny bit. Try to kite back into the Hunter's stuff, and then I have my teleport over there. So I can go ahead and Fortify Brew here. And then if I need to kite again, I can just Transcendence. It looks like the Inspired Mob is dead, so I'm going to go ahead and Leg Sweep here. And everything should be dead by then. Our Paladin's owning these lower keys. Grab all this stuff. Oh, there's an inspired mob in there, I forgot. But we don't want to get, that's why that bird keeps getting cast off, is because there's an inspired mob in there. So we want to not pull the inspired mob in. That way we can interrupt that bird when it's casting. That's okay though, you're doing fine. I'm gonna honestly run and grab this stuff really quick. And then run back into the hunter stuff that's on the ground. And I Celestial Brew here. Don't really have much else after the Celestial Brew, so I do need to be careful of my HP. Targeting the Matriarch here. Touch of Death the Matriarch. Just spamming Purify, use another Celestial Brew, and that'll carry us the rest of the way through the pole. There we go. Let me run down here. I'm gonna grab the little invisible guys right here. I shouldn't have keg smashed them because it slows their movement speed, and we kind of just want to bring them into the boss. Just for extra cleave. We don't want to get too far away from them, because if we outrange them, they do this weird ability that instant kills people. Okay, we pull this. We don't have lust up, but that's okay. Gonna try to target here. There we go. Put our Transcendence down on the ground. Use my trinket for some extra armor while we're fighting Oh my god, the trinket is so bad. Go up in this back portal. See, that time I teleported up and I didn't take damage. Or I teleported back down immediately and I didn't take damage. So I definitely think it, in the first video, I think it had something to do with the, me getting the lightning debuff as I teleported down. I think that, like, canceled my immunity from the, portal for some reason. Very strange. Yeah, this time we're missing like 2 portals. 2 of them are stacked on top of each other, so I'm just gonna stay down and let my group... Oh, it looks like nobody's going up. Okay, well next time I would have taken one. Unlucky. I wonder if we all had the same idea, or if they just haven't been going up anyways. Just using Expel Harm on cooldown. Same thing with Purify. Use our trinket again here. The Celestial Brew, so that the healer can kind of top everybody else off and not have to worry about me as much. Our Transcendence down and teleport down. That's just my bomb debuff from the last one, so. And we'll Fort Brew here. T-burst through a couple people. And then Touch of Death. While we have Fort Brew going. Spell Harm on CD. We have Celestial Brew coming up. And we'll save our Dampen Harm for the next pull. And that is it. Mount up while we're stunned. And then as soon as the stun's over, we can click on the portal. Here, going up. Oh, he's so cute when he swims. Now we're gonna backtrack a little bit right here and kill Woe. Gonna target Woe here. Try to help do some damage to it. I'll just use Dampen Harm here. I guess technically I could have saved it because it is a longer cooldown, so... And we are doing a much bigger pull next. We killed Vi. Oh well. Doesn't really matter, but... If you kill Woe here, it just helps you get out of here a lot faster because you have the movement speed to get out of here. Oh, it's just more... It's like a convenience thing. We'll just walk out of here like normal players, I guess. Like good old Season 2 characters. Unlucky. And just have them lust on this next bowl since we didn't get it on the boss. That way we still get as many lusts as we can possibly grab. We have a really bad timing with the spirit here, so I think we just wait for the spirit to walk by and then we pull. Just gonna wait a little bit.
You're gone and forgot what it means to be a lower. You're born with
Gonna wait a little bit longer.
the power you share.
And that should be about good. So now we'll go ahead and pull. Focusing the Death Speaker. Use our Trinket. Use our Ox. Yeah, I wish I definitely had Dampen Harm here. This is gonna hurt so bad. Holy moly, this actually hurts very much. Almost have Dampen Harm back up. I'm gonna just save Dampen Harm at this point, because it's already dead. Okay, run down. Get the mask here. Oh, we have a vibe buff. You can leg sweep all these masks before they blow up. And it gets rid of them. Touch of Death that. Pull all this stuff down here. Besides the mask. I'll Dampen Harm here because this is going to hurt quite a bit. I could have saved Dampen Harm for like when I actually start taking damage when they're raging. But I think this is fine because having this initial kind of pillow for this damage that we're taking is probably important. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to kite that. There's no way I'm tanking that. Oh my word, thank you, Stagger. Put my teleport down here, and then they'll kind of run up here with me. And then I'll teleport, and I'll run this way with Tiger's Lust. Okay, then we're going in here. Gonna just kill the drill, I think, just so that we don't accidentally pull it. We can skip it. Let's see if we successfully skip that. Looks like we are. This pull is going to be pretty rough. I'm going to press my Ox, press the Trinket. And there is an Inspired, so we have to wait till that dies before we do any crowd control. Going to Ring of Peace those away that are going to blow up. Dampen Harm here to help with the damage intake. Interrupt random ones of these, and then I can save. Since we have low now, I have a nice damage reduction, so I shouldn't have to use anything else. I'm going to make sure I cancel my Refreshing Jade Wind before we do this skip, otherwise it'll aggro stuff. I'll disarm the slimes and run through. Very unlucky. What happened there? I ran into one of the slimes before. Res here. Res. Mass resing? Yeah, okay, we're good. And we'll just kill this back. Oh man. Okay, we got it. I should have waited till they got full HP to pull this, but we should be alright. Leg sweep here. Good stun by the Shaman. Great Mind Sync alike. The Fleshcraft here, just to reduce some of the damage we're taking. I need to get in the habit of pressing Fleshcraft more, so I'm going to try to just kind of press it on cooldown. Interrupt the random one. Touch of Death, high health one once I can. There we go.
What have we here? That dusty old Loa has sent debt collectors already? But I haven't had his mojo long enough to create my masterpiece.
Waiting for everybody.
You made a deal with Bwonsamdi.
And I think here shortly the boss is going to pull no matter what. And there you go.
Well,
And try to help kill here.
into doing the same thing I did. If a
Darn, almost. If I would have targeted it from the start, we probably would have been fine. That's okay. Here's my ox. Kick frostbolts when we can. No, no, please stun boss, please stun boss, please stun boss. Oh my gosh, that was so close to missing. They hit him with the corner of it. That would have been so bad. That would have been just a wipe. Okay, we dampen harm here. Gonna try to disarm the bombs before they walk away. Couldn't get that one. Always warriors. Their weapons are way too huge and they're always in the way. And I can't click on, I literally can't click on the bomb because the warrior's just swinging these giant axes or pole arms or he's wearing staves. That's what's happening. There we go. We got that one because he was out of range. He had to run the explosion out. And get this one too. Nope. I think that one was the bat pet. Super unfortunate, honestly. Got that one. Put the stun on her. Holy moly. I want to overlap it on her too hard. That's crazy. There's Celestial Brew. Wait, it's back up by the time that Maleficent comes down. Kick here. Use my trinket since we don't have our Celestial Brew up yet. Try to click on that, didn't work. Now we can Celestial Brew. Didn't click on that one either. Still the warrior's weapons, I think, that are like poking through the boss. Yeah, I literally just can't click. Oh no! They should be able to kill it without me. We should be fine. He's gonna start doing a lot of damage to people though. Oh no, like this. Oh, no, just kill the boss. Just kill the boss. Please don't die. I don't want to do this boss again. Please don't die. I don't want to do this boss again. Earth Ellie, go. Earth Ellie, please. Hello, cat. Oh my gosh, we did it. No way. Holy. Let's go. Oh man. I was so not looking forward to doing that boss again. Just fleshcraft while we're waiting. I can't believe we killed that. That was after the shaman died too. Now we have plenty of time for the 2 chests still.
You are Loa, Bwonsamdi. Now give me them souls and kneel before the master.
That was long ago, but me remember. Remember how the truths
Gotta kill this mask first, so I'm gonna just drag it all. Well, I guess we don't have to drag it down because we're not using the urn anyways. I'll still drag it down here to like the bottom or at least the middle of the stairs. Just fast taunt it down. Yeah, we'll just go all the way down with it since I have monk taunt. It makes it pretty easy. And I'll leg sweep here. Missed one of the masks. We gotta be careful melee. I'm starting to notice that when I'm doing these commentaries, for as a tank at least, I'm starting to talk as if the people are in comms with me or something. Like I say some remarks and it's like no one hears me besides myself, so it doesn't help at all. But I have cooldowns. We can just pull all of this, including the inspired mob. It's okay if the Death Speaker gets a bunch of cast off. I have stuff to survive, so we start with Fort Brew and a Celestial Brew. I can't see where the frontal is. Okay, it's pointed at the stairs. And then now as Fort Brew wears off, I go ahead and use Dampen Harm. Now I'm going to let them know we're going to skip all the way to Hakar. The Tiger's Lust with the Woe buff is actually so fun. Going so fast compared to everybody else. Pretty wild. Gonna wait till everyone gets here to make sure nothing weird happens. And then now we will go ahead and pull this stuff. I don't know how far this Hexer patrols that's coming in, so hopefully it's not all the way up here. I don't think it is, but someone might accidentally pull, so we need to keep an eye on it, because it may end up pulling. Yeah. Okay, it goes to right there, so it looks like we're going to be okay. Yep, we're good. Spell Harm on cooldown. Interrupt the Priest. Use my Trinket to try to get a little bit of extra armor and health regen, since I don't really have anything else available. Bring a piece of the Priest back so that he doesn't run into the mob back there. Interrupt that healing wave. Celestial Brew here just for some extra health so that I can just kind of face tank this stuff, do more damage. And there we go. And then I'll just Arcane Torrent these and we will res this guy. Molest this boss. Oh, I'm gonna get interrupted. Why? I fear that we're not going to be able to skip anything, so we're going to go a little bit over on percentage, but I guess that's fine. Not the end of the world. Still have so much time, we're actually flying through this. Blessed here. These are Ox. Celestial Brew. Oh, melee friend, you don't have to stand all the way out there. You can get in here and hit the boss. We'll move out of your way. When I can, when these Sons of Hakars are close to melee, I'll usually always try to kind of move the boss ever so slightly. I'm not going to run across the whole map like that to get the ad spawn. But if they're close like this, I'll literally just kind of like drag the boss ever so slightly towards them. But we're kind of running all over the place with them, so not very ideal anyways. But yeah, if they're close, I'll just kind of lightly bring the boss towards them just so that we can get a little bit more cleave from melee and stuff. And if anyone's just like nuking the boss, then at least they're still like hitting the ads slightly. Want that ad in. Like here, for instance, we can just kind of keep the boss like right here so that the ad gets cleaved the whole time. And then same thing with these. Kind of put the boss in between both of them, move him around a little bit so that he's near the ads at all times. I'm just going to use my Fort Brew here. Move the boss out of the puddle and just leave that ad back there because I don't know why we are running away with the ads. But that's okay. Use our Trinket again. Bring a piece to try to keep this ad like right by the boss so it's getting cleaved. And I'm going to just save my Touch of Death for the boss. Should be able to use it here shortly. There it is. Death. I think I might be using Touch of Death wrong from my understanding. I think it's supposed to do way more damage, but maybe it's just because my health is low. But I think there's a way to make it do more damage. Oh, that blood barrier is really nasty. It's not good. Yeah, I don't have any energy to heal, sorry. Alright, I'm gonna look at Touch of Death. Let's see, exploit deals damage earlier. Stronger creatures under 50% health. Okay, so 15% health. So I need to actually wait. So it's usable when they're like 30%, I think. No? Oh, I don't know. I am unsure. Maybe the execute. Maybe I did use it properly then. Maybe the execute is that little bar. So on this stuff. Head and leg sweep it first. Gonna keep the priest out and taunt this other hexer in because it's inspired and we don't want the hexers to cast. Oh no, I missed my kick. Oh, I didn't even have my kick up, so it doesn't matter. Can I kick this in time? Yeah, we got that. I Arcane Torrent these. Then we just kill this priest, and then we can skip this next pack. To the right here. I'll just ring a piece these. Oh yeah, that's inspired, so I can't. That's fine. They did it, so we're okay.
These little friends of yours think they're gonna help you, Bwonsamdi. What chance you be having against me? It be Moarsoulz who brought Hellier to the jailer's side. Struck a deal for all.
Alrighty, here we go.
And made the Banshee walk in with a whisper.
You think you're one boss man? Maybe you've been skulking in the shadows for too long.
Okay, here we go. Everyone called their spot.
Bring the mojo back and help me put this old lower in place.
Everyone's getting hit by everything right now. Ouch. Like to +2 this, please. I'd also like to get my trinket, please. Be really, really beneficial right now. This needs to die before we go into the intermission. I'm gonna Fort Brew here. That hurt a lot. I should have Fort Brewed before because I had the buff. Or the debuff, rather. And that was very painful. Oh, the hunter got hit again. This is... Why are we messing up so badly here? The paladin just got hit again too. And the hunter just got blown. No! Not like this. I did not go to the right one. We have like no way to res them, do we? Yeah, we're gonna spawn all the way over here because I went to the wrong one. Ugh.
You had better to pay attention. father of sleep. There be no escape.
Yeah, we just need to wipe. Do we just jump off? I forgot that we don't have,
Jailer take ya.
I just forgot we didn't have a B-res.
With your soul.
Otherwise we could have made that work. Damn. Well, now we don't get 2 chests, but that's okay. Just as long as we time the key. 16 deaths, almost 2 chesting. That's not bad. Alright, we go again. No way, the hunter already got hit from the first one. This is not real. And the hunter and the paladin got hit again. Why do they do what is happening? Pop a health pot there. Good thing we keep on those. Alright, this is where everybody dies again. Yep. I think we have a B-res. Everybody just got hit by that one. What is happening? I just can't see behind me, so I literally don't see what's happening to these people. This Vi is still alive, so that's gonna be interesting to say the least. It's gonna teleport to somebody, I guess. Good luck. Okay, everyone's dead. No way that we don't time this. Trying to explain it to them as I'm... Oh my gosh, we're actually not gonna time this key. Here's our pretty much last chance. I think if we wipe here, we definitely do not time it. And we already died again. Okay. Elo hell really does exist. And now the hunter's dead again. We might just have to rerun the 9 DOS. We're all alive going into the intermission. Let's go. We only got 1. And we have another dead player. Okay, I'm fine with 4-phasing this as long as we kill it. That's all I care about. I just want my trinket. The only reason I'm here. It's okay. This has all just been a test of perseverance. If we can make it past this and keep keying on this character, we are going to succeed. For every success, there are many great failures. No way. Oh, no, we didn't kill a single one. How are we gonna do this? Oh, goodbye, warrior. I don't know if that's my fault that he's getting hit, or if it's because he's like closer than I am or something. I thought I was definitely in melee range though. Oh man, what a rough key. Going so well. Yeah, everyone's dead again. Alright, we just call it. We can just run the +9 later. We just call GG's and we try again. Oh. I'm gonna take a break and then we'll run the +9.